Taking a look at Bitcoin Cash, we can see that Bitcoin Cash has been consolidating now for almost 2 years. We can see we hit $300 for the first time in June of 2023. And here we are in April of 2025, and we're still at $300. So if we actually take a fib from the bottom in November of 2022, and we pull our fib up to the top in 2024, we can see that we're actually briefly below the 382 retracement at $325. So we will mark, $320. So we will mark that as support, and we can actually pull our fib up to this level here, and you can see that we're sitting on top of the 618 retracement at $288. So one would make the case that this is actually an accumulation zone for Bitcoin Cash. And if we are able to hold this range, then we would actually be looking for a reversal back to the upside at some point to $500. However, if Bitcoin Cash is unable to maintain this level, that would actually suggest that this is a macro distribution that is going on, just as many other coins have had, and unfortunately they all broke to the downside. So we can only argue accumulation instead of distribution as long as Bitcoin Cash remains over this 280 to 300 level. Now, in order to confirm that that's what this is, meaning a bullish accumulation, we would have to see Bitcoin Cash get over the 382 retracement, which you can see back in March, we actually did get over the 382 retracement, but we were unable to stay over the 382 retracement. So obviously, in order for us to be bullish, we have to stay over the 382 retracement. And one would also bring into consideration that the downtrend is also holding us down, which you can see this time around. If Bitcoin Cash does actually break over this 382 retracement, you would actually be breaking out of this downtrend that started back in December. So I would still make the case that if Bitcoin Cash is unable to get over $333, it is actually still bearish. I would also make the case that if Bitcoin Cash is unable to get over $380, it is also still technically bearish. Only once Bitcoin Cash gets over $375 would I be making an argument that the bottom is actually in, and a larger rally up to $532 would be in play. However, anything below 330 or 375 is technically considered bearish, and technically a new low at 240 would be possible, in my opinion.